best and worst commercials that aired during the big game. Well, the Baltimore Ravens, of course, won the Super Bowl this weekend, but who was the winner on the commercial side? We have Dave Ragar from Era Integrated here with a look at what commercials came out on top to you. We spoke last year. This year, what was the big shift from last year, do you think? Was there a shift?
I think there was. I think it was a better year. I think there were, besides just cars and beverages, there were more advertisers in there, and they had a pretty good showing. And I think the biggest shift, which in some ways, I don't know if it worked yet or not, was the pre-release of a lot of spots weeks ahead of time.
Do you think that was a good idea, a bad idea?
Well, from what you can tell here after the game is that a lot of people are watching those. They get a lot more viewership on those spots, but you lose the momentum of the game. Exactly. You're looking forward to those spots.
The payoff is gone.
Exactly.
Yeah, all right, let's start. Let's take a look. Let's start with this one, Get Happy.
I hate Mondays.
Yeah, they're the worst.
No worries, man. Everything will be all right. Yeah, man.
This spot, again, if you recall last year, I picked Volkswagen. They had the little dog that was trying to get in shape. Volkswagen just continues to do things that make you just overwhelmingly pleased that you're driving a Volkswagen. And I think this spot just continues on with that really good feeling. You watch it once, but you want to watch it again over and over.
This one was so controversial, and I don't know why. I agree with you. All right, let's take a look at Dodge Ram Farmer. This came kind of out of the blue for me.
Right. This one I thought was the winner by far of all the emotional and really, you know, pulling on your heartstrings. It's executed really, really well. Beautiful imagery. The fact of using Paul Harvey and this little voiceover. And oh, it's just great the way they put this together and strung the story along.
You weren't expecting it.
No, it was again a surprise, which I think is part of what you want from the Super Bowl. You want to be able to, when those commercials come on, I want to be surprised, and this one definitely was.
This gripped your heart more than the Clydesdale?
Yes, for me it did.
Wow. All right, let's move on here and take a look at the Tide Miracle Stain Spot.
You know, a few years ago, Tide had a great spot that they had in there about a stain on a shirt where a guy's getting an interview, and they weren't they weren't here in the Super Bowl last year. But I think this one was a great execution of, again, the stain being this miracle stain, and it's Joe Montana and whatever. It's just really well done, and how this blows into this huge big shrine for his shirt and so forth.
It made people chuckle, definitely. Yeah. Now, this next one I missed, unfortunately, and I have goat, so I didn't see the Doritos goat for sale spot.
Right, well, Doritos, again, has done wacky things over the last few years. This one is no exception. And this one, I just like the fact of it's a goat that loves Doritos, and you got to keep him happy or bad things are going to happen. And that's what happens here. And it's silly, but it's Doritos, and I accept it, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Silly, but goofy, but fun and emotional. That seems to be the thread of the commercials this year.
Right.
Dave, let's take a look at the Mercedes commercial here and tell us what you thought about that.
This has a great story to it. I think most people feel that a Mercedes is not within their reach. And so the idea is, here comes the devil saying, here, sign your life away and I'll make this happen. You'll get this car and you'll have this lifestyle that is fantastic and incredible and so forth. And there's a great twist at the very end where you see this guy's imagining the life he's going to have if he gets the car. But at the very end, as they finish putting down the billboard, they reveal the price. And the price is like, wait a minute, I can afford that. And he's like, I don't need you anymore.
Yeah, so, I'll take it from here.
Exactly. You think almost that the guy's going to want this lifestyle and that he's going to say, okay, I'm willing to sign my life away to have it, and he doesn't have to.
Well, and this one had a national celebrity, but, you know, a lot of them didn't, like the goat.
Right.
You know? So, no, I thought that was pretty interesting as well. Okay, how about the worst, in your opinion?
Well,
what was it?
Well, there was a lot of picks that I didn't have on my favorites, and there's a lot I couldn't put on the worst. But this one, again, is similar to what I had last year with Pepsi. This is, again, a very tired old scenario of parents are away, big party at the house, everything's crazy, and they come back. And we've seen that scenario over and over and over so many times. It's like, I would think for the Super Bowl, they could have done something else.
Yeah. Well, this is an example of sort of just a commercial, whereas the one right before was what we talked about, that epic, it was kind of an epic movie in 90 seconds or 60 seconds. And that's what we're sort of used to seeing.
Yeah, we want more. I think that our expectations are a lot higher for the Super Bowl, but this is just the same old idea. I mean, it's executed well, but it's kind of a letdown because I've seen it so many times.
Well, and Dave, you got to have the E-Trade baby, right?
Well, I'm hoping not anymore.
Oh, you didn't like him, huh?
I mean, how many years? This kid's now probably 15 years old, you know? It's been a long time, and it's like I know he's going to be talking, and I know he's going to be a little sarcastic, and there's going to be something about living the high life, I guess, you know, and blowing your money, and it's kind of expected. So I'm hoping that if they're going to be in the Super Bowl next year, let's do something else.
Ooh, and baby gets dissed by Dave. Hey, great to see you.
Thank you. Good seeing you as well.
Thank you so much.
It was fun.